Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs and is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bears and the Commanders on Sunday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington Commanders. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Well, now how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading the charge, we get a look at their six-year quarterback.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in to move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that, they'll end up going home.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Here's Williams. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. To throw, Williams. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
And the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. It's a gain of 34.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. They'll go play action here with Williams.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. But that's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's second and 21. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Robertson.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
To throw, it's Williams.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding into 3, psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
Now, they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot.
And they'll be let out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
This team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye. Earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the season.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Buying time to his left. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Up the middle they go. Pruitt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
In motion, the tight end. Here we go on 2nd and 12.
That's taken in by Palmer.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Russell.
And he's going to have the Commanders' first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping that one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
This 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the little bit. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Martinez. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Martinez. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You may also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Up the middle they go. Martinez. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. He connected on his 1st. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
But you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a handoff up the middle.
Pruitt. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
6-3 is our score after one. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Here now, 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
2nd and 4.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears.
And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. T, the solid stiff arm.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
14 yards and a Chicago first down.
To the air, Williams.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Throwing is Williams.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Second and 5. Throwing again here, Williams.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Bears are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, third and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Williams.
And this one goes incomplete. First misfire there after 6 straight completions, and it leads to fourth down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good, and they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3.
So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over.
Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake. Russell.
Short throw. He's got Kraft.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Second down and 6 now.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Operating from the gun. Russell.
Short throw. He's got Kraft.
Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him the first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Pruitt shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
50 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Back to throw. Russell.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, Ray, seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well.
Touchdown, Washington.
From 4 yards out.
And the Commanders are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Point after, right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body, getting to him before he can get started.
Working out of the gun, Williams. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? But only guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Shakes off the sand, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Williams. Wide open receiver, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Off the bootleg, it's Williams. Escaping the... And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. From the gun, here's Williams. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Rome Odunze from 8 yards out. And the Bears are able to move back in front.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they'd been down there. They'd been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Russell. He finds his man. Complete. That's Myers. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Pruitt. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Operating from the gun. Russell. He finds his man. Complete. It's Hughes. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Russell. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man. Complete. That's Myers. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Williams from the gun on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell over the middle, complete. It's Palmer. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. where it was the visiting Saints who were able to walk away with the road victory. Jaden Daniels, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of the best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll keep it on the ground. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Russell, short throw. He's got Kraft. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Russell. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And we are all tied at 16 apiece. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Looking to throw. Williams. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job is to stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Pruitt. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now. That's to Kraft, the tight end.
That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd down, Pruitt. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Russell. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
3rd and 19.
Looking to throw.
Russell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And Washington has taken the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll run on 1st down. Robertson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Robertson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Hughes. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Russell. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in
from a yard out.
And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And the slot man goes in motion left. And he'll get it here on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here's Williams. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Trenton Simpson
coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 4th down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense set to take over again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now 1st downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Russell. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Now they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Onto the field now come the Bears.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. To throw, Williams.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I would think down 2 scores at this point in the 4th quarter, even with the loss there on 1st down, this has got to be 4-down territory. If you're the field goal kicker, your only purpose now is that you can run out for a pass or actually carry the ball into the end zone. Otherwise, don't even look at the coach.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error.
Stay
alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
The ball placed just outside of the end zone as they come up again on another 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. And this one is right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
The Washington offense set to take over.
And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw. Russell
Able to find his man, Kraft.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, Russell. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Back to throw. Russell, he finds his man, complete. That's Myers. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Now Williams throwing to start the drive. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Williams. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort. Up the middle they go. Robertson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Williams. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Williams.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Chicago.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Williams going to look to throw again.
Throw left side complete. That's Robertson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
They'll go. Here's Williams. That is caught.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Finding more on the out route for the completion.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Now a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
To the air once more. Williams.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. 26 yards.
And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none, because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, this juncture of the playoffs, but with the lead in the football, the clock right now, their friend, is a spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
And this is going to be a Commanders 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out 1st downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. On second down, they'll run it here. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Operating from the gun, Russell.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Palmer.
And he will have a Commander's first down, and that should just about do it.
And they take a knee.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still second down.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. So with that knee, they take care of business in the divisional round. They'll be back here at home next weekend. One more hurdle to get to the big show.
The good feelings, they just keep coming. They get to ride that wave for at least one more week because they have their big prize in their eyes, and that's getting into the Super Bowl. But they have to win next week after winning this one.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.